Hey guys, like we've been doing for the past few weeks, Joe and I really do appreciate everybody listening. We do love all our listeners, and there's a million ways to listen to this podcast. The new Laughable?
Laughable.com, the app for your phone.
Laughable.com. I mean, we have it up on YouTube. We have it every place you can listen to the podcast. iHeartRadio. We ask, no matter how you listen to us, if you could just go on iTunes, create a little quick iTunes ID, and rate us, comment, give us a ranking, whatever. Just, I know it sounds like a lot, but it takes about 30 seconds. Set up an account, rate us, comment, and if you really truly are a fan of our podcast, could you please, whatever you listen to us on, share it on your Facebook. Just share it with your friends so we get more listeners. The more listeners we get more ideas, and the shows will become better.
Yeah, shout out to James. He shared our link last week. Good looking out, pal.
Thanks, James. Well, he shared our link because we talked about him.
That's right. Yeah, we just talked about him again, so he has to do it one more time.
Yeah, there you go. You got to do it again.
I'm talking about though this week I'm talking about depression, so I don't care if it gets shared that much. I don't. I like for the hardcore listeners to learn about my depression. So yeah, we talk about my depression. We talk about a weird show I was a part of, and then we talk about a weird show Mike was a part of, and then we finish it off with a great idea for Shark Tank.
Oh, it's good. It's a good episode.
Good episode, people. So I always have a hard time wrapping this part up.
Yeah, just enjoy the show, guys.
That's it.
You're listening to All in Our Heads with Joe Fernandez and Mike Gaffney. Please enjoy the show.
Yo, what's up?
Yo.
Hey, can you hear me? All right?
You sound like you have the helium voice back again.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, man.
Is this the old mic?
Yeah, but it's I connected it. I can't I checked my Skype. I made sure that this microphone was connected to it. It's connected, but I guess it's this fucking microphone. But the last time I used this mic, the people said it sounded like I was in a car, but no helium. So I thought I fixed it.
I can't. I'm so sorry. I'm laughing, but
well, then I gotta go. I'm not ready.
You gotta go get the other mic?
Yeah, it's fucking in the fucking garage. I gotta bring that up and hook it up.
Okay, I'll go pee and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye. God damn it. Is that better right here?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, definitely don't. So I'm leaving the helium audio in. That was funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I'm glad that you're finding that fucking funny.
You'll listen back. It's hilarious. Like, hello?
I just got frustrated because it's like I fixed. Like, I don't know what else to do, like, for it to not work. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, this must be something with updates and that mic. Who the hell knows, man? I've never seen that in my life. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I don't know. So this is picking up good?
Yeah, it's picking up good.
Okay.
Yeah. If it stops, I'll tell you to move it.
Okay. I just had it better the last time, and I don't know why.
Can you bring it down a little more?
I know. That's
what you're trying to do?
Yep.
People like the technical difficulties. They like this shit.
They do?
I think they turn it off after we get it right. They're like, let me hear.
That makes sense.
Let me hear these idiots get through technical difficulties, and then I'll move on to the next podcast.
Give me 1 second, people, while you do whatever you're fucking doing.
Yeah, it's good. We got you. You're good. Yeah, you're good. Awesome sounding audio.
All right, perfect. This is a good height. It's just that he doesn't set it up. It's just the way he's got so many contraptions hooked up to this microphone stand that everything you touch, like, another piece moves. It's like you touch one piece, like, and then like it just slips. Fuck! What the hell was that thing?
Yeah.
There's so many knobs to tighten and loosen and adjust. It's weird.
Yeah, like he's the only one that knows how to operate it.
Yeah. And he doesn't even know how to operate it.
Yeah.
I can guarantee it. He didn't even know half of the shit was on here that I told him was on this thing. I'm like, look at you can do this. He's like, oh, I can? I'm like, what do you think that was?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that telescopes? I'm like, yeah, what do you think was happening right there?
It's like, you ever like borrow like a friend's car? He's like, oh, yeah, but when you start it, you gotta pump the gas 4 times. You gotta put your hand on the passenger seat and then punch the windshield, and then it'll start. You're like, what?
My buddy Kirk Smith has a joke. He's like, you know, you have a shitty car when you got to give instructions to someone to start it.
Yeah.
Like you gotta press on the brake. It won't start unless you press on the brake 3 times.
Yeah.
Turn the windshield wipers on, and if you're late for a job interview.
I had a car that had the clutch. The clutch was broke, and I had no money. I was like 19, so we rigged it up where you just had to pull this wire to do the clutch.
Okay.
So I hooked up like a handle. So my friend borrowed it. I'm like, he's like, where's the clutch? I'm like, this wire, just pull it. So it's like you have to pull something when you're left. It's tough to drive because you're driving with your right hand. You got to pull the clutch,
shift.
And then you got to shift. So there's a second where there's no hands on the wheel. But let me tell you, I became a master at driving that thing.
Right.
That pickup truck. I used to smoke, drink coffee, drive to college.
You had like 8 hands.
I don't even know how I did it. Shifting, downshifting,
and steering. I mean,
steering, yeah. So
crucial.
I must have had great alignment, that truck, because you're just like.
I mean, you're every 15 seconds you're not steering.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, once you go and if you're in traffic, it sucks.
Yeah, exactly. But once you're in, you kick it into 4th gear and you don't have to switch it again, then you're fine.
You have to anticipate turns better, like what gear you want to be in. You're like, I'm going to need the wheel on this one. So I'm either going to have to start bogging a little bit or downshift now on the straightaway and just go screaming around that turd. I can't shift. Why? It's that or die. What do you want? I had such shitty cars, man. Such shitty cars. But I always had a friend that could rig it. You're like getting high at some like campfire. You're like, I got no money for a clutch. And it's just some dude like, dude, got any wire?
Yeah.
You're like, what kind of wire? All right, like a good gauge wire. Yeah, let's go to your house. Got a piece of wood? Yeah, I got a piece of wood. Then you're like,
that's awesome. That normally you have to push a clutch, but he rigged it so you can pull it.
Yeah, because when you're pushing your pedal, it's pulling a cable.
Right. Oh,
you know what I mean? When you push it down, it's pulling a cable, so that's how you pull it out.
Yeah.
He was MacGyver, dude. Guy had anything.
That's pretty smart.
Pretty smart, man. Worked for me.
So how was your weekend?
Yeah, it was weird, man. I had a weird show, but
which one?
Well, actually, which one? I had more than one show.
Which show was weird?
Opening for Jim Florentine.
Oh, okay.
At the Comedy Shop. You know what it was? It wasn't. I don't know. It's like it was weird just because people got thrown out during my set, but Florentine wanted them out. Like it was so weird. Like we're getting ready for the show.
Who was on the show?
Kevin Dombrowski hosting, me in the middle, Florentine headlining.
Oh, okay.
So these broads come up. They're already drunk when they arrive, and they say to James, "Yeah, we're gonna drink in the bar before the show. Can someone come let us know when the show starts? Like, you can get drinks in there." They're like, "No, we're gonna go to the bar." So they're already drunk, and then they want to go to the bar to drink more.
Right.
And then it's their birthday, and they're sat up front. So it's like, in hindsight, you should just turn people like this away.
Yeah.
I've seen that at other clubs. Like, people arrive drunk, they're like, "No,
right,
this is not what we do here."
Yeah.
So the front row. I accidentally hit a button that stopped recording. So Kevin is up there warming him up. Say something real quick. I just want to make sure you're.
Hey, I'm here.
Okay, yeah. So Kevin's up there warming him up, and dude's got mad energy, great crowd work, and the crowd's giving him nothing crowd work. Right. I mean, he's working it hard for like 10 minutes to the point where he's just like, "Fine, I'll just try material."
Right.
So he does this long bit that's got a lot of. I've seen him do the bit before, and the bit always does well. It's a great bit.
Right.
And they're just, as he's going along, they're just not giving him, you know?
Right. How many people were at the crowd?
I say 70.
Okay.
About 70 people. They moved it to like a bigger room, so it wasn't in that small room. And then that joke doesn't do. So he tries crowd working again. Like he's really trying to get this going before he even brings me up.
He's trying to figure
but
out
there's some drunk heckling going on.
Okay.
I didn't notice them in the front doing it. I saw there was a guy in the back, but he was more like fun type of heckler.
Yeah,
like you can work with, you know. And so I get up there and I'm like, give it up for Kevin. They give me a nice thing, and then I go, you know, I'm doing what I've been starting with my shows with, doing my dad died stuff, you know, and it gets good laughs. That one, it gets weird at first. Like some shows, it's right off the bat hysterical to people, but sometimes it's a little not funny, and then I build to funny. But I always end it funny. Right. So that's how it was that night. It started off weird, and got better. Right. You know, and it wasn't the best it's ever done. So that being said, the front table of these drunk girls get all pissy with me because the one's father died recently, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that." You know, so she's like, "Well, you know, you shouldn't be doing stuff like that." And I'm like, "Well, you know." It's comedy. I did make people laugh
about
with
my
it.
dad.
She's like, I don't know if you know, my dad died too, if you listen to the story, so I do try to make light of this. She goes, well, no one's even laughing at it. I go, well, some people laughed at it. Well, yeah, well, not a lot of people were laughing. I'm like, whatever the case may be, I don't need to have this conversation after every joke.
Right.
So I'm like, I apologize, but can I move on now? Because, you know, there's other stuff after this. Like, this isn't, that wasn't my whole act. You know.
Right.
Because it's funny because, like, I'll tell you this later, but, like, a woman,
I saw it.
Crazy people posted, it was weird because somebody posted this review of the show, and then we think she has, like, a second profile. It's, like, a fake profile. She's, like, one of those, it's, like, 23 friends, nobody that lives in the East Coast are her friends.
Yeah.
But she's like, he talked about his dead dad the whole time. I go, that joke is 3 minutes if I do it slow.
I saw the bit. Yeah. I mean, I saw that thing. She said.
Yeah. So whatever. So I move on. I do the "What are you gay" stuff, and then I'm getting people out, but they're talking at like full volume.
The table don't like you.
That don't like me because I did, and I go, what's going on? They're like, no, just carry on. You're being funny. Don't mind us. I go, no, you're bothering me. Like you're talking at full volume. And it's you know, and they're like, just okay, fine, we'll listen. So then I was like, thank you. I was like, and then so I go into something else, and then they start yapping again, and I go, what is they go, and I forget exactly how it came down, but they go, you're being very disruptive, and like other people like said, yeah, like, you know, why don't you shut up? Right. And then they go, would you want us to leave? And I go, well, listen, this isn't my show. This is Jim's show. Right. So I just want you to be quiet. I'm here to warm you. I'm here to open the show to warm you guys up for Jim. So I go, if this was my show, yes, I would totally want you to leave.
Yeah. Right.
But this isn't my show, and that's not my job here.
Right.
But then Jim actually went up and told
he went on
James.
Stage and told him?
No, James, like, you got to get these people out because they just
right.
So then James comes by and warns them, you're going to get kicked out. They're like, what? It's my birthday. We're not saying nothing. It's like, no, you're being disruptive to the show. So already it's very weird for me to go into my material. I'm like already taken out of my zone
right.
of performing. So then I just like, I can't go back into what I was doing. It's like that train has left. So I said, all right, let me just do my drug stuff. Let me go. So because they were being so weird, I was like, I got clean 20 years ago from drugs, and I thought I would never have to hang around people like this again.
Right.
I think I said, like, I feel like I'm in a crack house in Harlem. Right. People just won't shut the fuck up. And people like applauded that. And I did a couple of drug jokes, and it got good laughs. Right. You know, not great laughs. Like I said, they were kind of subdued. It wasn't like I was murdering, but I was performing, getting laughs, doing my job. Right. And then they start talking again. And then I go, what? And they're like, no, Karen, why do you keep messing with us? They said. I go, I'm not. You're talking. Right. You're in the front. Like, if you were in the back, I can. Right. But you were in front of the microphone stand.
Right.
Like, you're right here.
Yeah.
And she's like, but it's my birthday. I'm like, I get it. So then I start doing a joke, and during the setup, she goes, ha, 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 ha. Like, just keeps, and I go, what is that? She goes, that's how she laughs. I go, that's not how you laugh. You're being an asshole. I go, you're being disruptive on purpose. She's like, that's how I laugh. Tell them that's how I laugh. And like talking, they're like, that's how she laughs. I'm like, listen, you think I'm dumb? I do this all the time. I know exactly what you're doing. At that point, Teddy comes by because Jim went up again.
Right.
And said and said something. So then now it's turning into a fight. Now like this, I go, listen, they're like, do you want us to go? And I'm like, this ain't my club. I can't kick you out. And this ain't my show. And then this one from the crowd goes, oh, well, we're going to leave. I go, not because of me, right? She goes, no, because of them. I was like, see, you're disrupting other people.
Right.
I said, this isn't about you, man. This is like, we're trying to put a show on here. And then James just like had enough and was like, you got to go. And then she flipped out. And then it was a funny thing. She was like, they were like these Italian fucking Jersey Shore heads, you know,
right?
Like girls, and she had like some fur thing on, and some woman back goes, "Get the fuck out of here with your fake fur!" And the girl stands up, she goes, "I never even said it was real." Like what? So then I'm sitting there, I'm like, now this is the first thing. Like, I've had things like this happen to me in the past, but I've never been this angry inside. So, like, a lot of times when this was happening, when they're talking, I would just be staring at them, waiting for them to get done. I was getting so mad. And I'm trying to, what I'm doing when I was being quiet, I'm like, I'm talking myself into not flipping out. People?
Yeah, I hear you.
Because, listen, if I was the headliner, it's one thing. I'd still try not to flip out. But I feel an obligation as an opener not to fucking make a hostile environment for the headliner. Yeah,
you still got to do it at 45 minutes after you.
I feel, and that's why I tried telling him. I'm like, and then, so I'm sitting there quiet, and then, this big scene with them getting thrown out. And I said, you know what, people? I said, I can't go, like, because it's loud now. Literally, the show is now watching James kick these people out. With me standing there with a microphone in my hand.
Yeah.
I go to people, I'm like, I can't go back and tell stories after this. I said, so I'm bringing Kevin back up. He'll crowd work you guys while they get thrown out.
Right.
And then we'll get figured, and then Jim will come up. So then I went off. And I went to Jim. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. He's like, dude, I mean, there was nothing you can do. He's like, they had to get the fuck out of here.
Right.
I mean, it was almost good it happened because they would have fucked his whole setup.
Right.
Because they were just there for her. They weren't Jim Florentine fans.
Oh, no, they were.
They were fucking drunk.
Fat Italian chicks.
Right, fat Italian chicks.
Fans.
So then, blah, blah, blah. Even the dude who was with them, like, apologized. They had to go. They left without their bill. The cops had to be called. The cops got their money from them. And then, and then we come home. And then, I guess the next day, the one girl was posted a bad comment on the Comedy Shop. She's like, She's like, the second comic only talked about his dead father the whole time. And I'm like, the whole time? It's 3 minutes tops.
Right.
And I go, and that's how delusional you are. You thought that was the whole time. That's the opening of my set.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And dude, if it's 5 minutes, if it's 5 minutes, it's long.
Even if it's 5 minutes, it's long.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't killing, so it wasn't 5 minutes.
Right,
it wasn't like I was writing
you
laughter pauses.
Yeah, you were hopping through it.
I was hopping through it, man, because I know it's a weird bit, but I know it'll pay off at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I get, so I didn't know there was a review that mentioned me. It didn't mention my name, but they said like the comic sucked, especially the second one, and then. I go, but I didn't know that was even happening until James's girlfriend posted a screen cap of it.
Of the one thing.
Which part of me was like, why are we even doing this? Why are we like...
Right.
Like, don't go back and forth with psychopaths. Like, I find that to be, like, unnecessary.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't engage negativity. Right. That's the way I. So then I go on again, and KP sends me a thing. He goes... Dude, she's arguing with herself on there, and she made a fake account of another girl agreeing with her that said she was there because this girl that then there's another then she posts another comment saying
I saw
almost
that
the same thing,
and
she goes the the bald,
fat
bald second comedian. I'm like, actually, I've lost 2 pounds and
I don't know if you guys know this, but I own a juice bullet.
But I've been feeling good about myself. I may
that.
be chubby, but I am by no means fat.
I have a Fitbit and a bullet. I don't
actually,
know
there was this young metalhead kids that were in the front row. The girl took video of the show and put it on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they contacted me.
Right.
And I was looking. Well, first I looked at myself a little bit. I'm like, I look pretty good. I wasn't that fat. So I was just trying to be hurtful.
Now let me ask you a question, because I saw this whole exchange because of it getting that screen caption. I went on the comedy site to look what was happening.
Yeah.
And I saw the woman complaining, and then I saw some exchanges, and then I saw that girl's comment. I was there too, and I left as well.
Yeah.
You're saying I didn't look into it, but that fake.
Yeah, she put that comment on there. Then she took that same comment, made a separate review with that same comment, pasted, and then if you look at the two comments in it, the same thing twice again. But like, it's very easy to see like a lot of like you can make up a fake profile. Like what 21-year-old girl has 23 friends?
Right.
A few of which live in Thailand. And
they had to show the Thailand people?
And was at that show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I sat up front at the end of the show. I sat there the whole time as the crowd was leaving. So the crazy people left. Everybody that was in that show came up and talked to me. So everybody came up and said, because they were waiting in line to go to take a picture with Jim and buy his CD.
Right.
I mean, I met every single person. And everyone was like, dude, you handled that so good. Those people sucked. I feel bad. I want to come back and see your set now. Like, you didn't get a chance to perform. I had a guy Twitter me.
Right.
You know, and so it's like, you're even that weird to, like, make a fake profile.
She looks like maybe she has a fake profile for things such as this.
That's what
ghost people.
Right, because like KP was saying, it's like how okay, so now you're this person that's not even friends with her, and you are quickly now on the Comedy Shop's website a day later checking out the reviews to go respond.
Yeah.
It's so fishy.
James has a list of all the people who will come. Does he have a list of that weird name, that girl's name?
That name don't exist anywhere on the planet. Go put it in Google.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I see, but I don't want to engage with psychos. So I'm going to be like, listen, man, it's fine you don't have a good time, but don't be so hurtful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, even Florentine was saying, like, we were talking after the show with some audience members, because he went up and he was funny, man. When he first got up, he goes, yeah, man, I just arrived late. Some of my family was supposed to be sitting in the front row. It was really good. But he's like, what are we supposed to, like, because like a woman came up, she goes, yeah, they really got pissed off when you did the father dying stuff. And Jim goes, what are we supposed to do? Go up and ask if anybody's sensitive to any subject? It's like, grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, grow up. Like, literally, like I always say, like, yeah, if I go up and go, hey, anybody have a death in the family? Yeah. Yeah, then I'm a dick.
Right.
But it was, you know,
I saw all this, and then I went on, and I was going to engage just because I was angry.
Right.
I wasn't at the show, and unlike you, I wouldn't have talked myself out of snapping. I would have snapped. You know what I mean?
I said that when I was hanging off stage. I go, dude, if that was Gaffney, the police would really be in here because she would have taken a foot to the face. But literally, I've never gotten that mad at a heckler or an audience thing. Well, no, it's funny. While they're getting kicked out, they're asking me to help them. They're like, tell them we're just kidding.
Get the fuck out of here.
Tell them we're just kidding. And I go, I'm not telling them to do anything. I go, you've ruined my whole show.
Yeah.
They were so out of their mind.
See, now, hecklers, let's just clear it up. If you're not a comedian or a Hello?
All right, yeah, we got you back now. I don't know what the fuck happened there.
All right. Like I was saying, let's clear up, just in case you're not a comedian or been to a comedy show and you listen to the podcast. There's a difference. Hecklers and just disruptive people. Someone who heckles and be like, oh, you know what? you're a fat dude or whatever, something as you're on stage, you can deal with that guy.
Well, there was a guy in the crowd that night. Now, between their bullshit, I was doing those gay jokes where I'd say, like, maybe I'll try being gay, that stuff.
And you're gay.
And the guy goes, "Hey, buddy," a drunk heckler said, "Why don't you come sit over?" I go, "Hey, buddy, I'll talk to you after the show."
Right.
And it was a fun, playful exchange.
Exactly. And even say it wasn't. Like, I was at a show and a guy, this was last week, and he was laughing, but he was talking, chatty. And not to me, to this table. So I told him to shut up, and he gave me the finger. But he still was engaged in the show, but he gave me the finger. And I was like, dude, I'm 47 years old. You thought the finger was going to hurt my feelings? I'm like, let me tell you how far you could take that finger. You could have shoved that finger up my ass and wiggled it, and I still wouldn't be affected. So waste at your finger. That is an exchange with a guy who was like a heckler, but fun, but an asshole. These people are not hecklers. Those people are just disruptive to the show, and that's a different heckler. Those people I have no tolerance for.
No tolerance.
Snap on people who are in full conversation while there's a show going on are disruptive, rude pieces of shit who need to leave because there's 62 other people in the room that don't know them or give a fuck about them, and they can't be ruining other people's nights because they don't care about their surroundings.
And I hope it's a learning experience for everybody because you can't let drunk people in because you wind up giving them their money back anyway.
Right.
He gave them their money back anyway, so I think you have to keep an eye on. I mean, it's not nobody's fault. I'm just saying, it's like, but it's something you got to be cognizant of. People like someone coming in hammered already, they're going to be a problem.
And then maybe the conversation is at the door. Listen to me, hear me out. If you guys are disruptive in any way, shape, or form, loud, obnoxious, talking to the staff rudely, or talking to the comics rudely, you're going to be asked to leave. So that's the rules right now going in. You want to keep coming in?
Yeah. Now, I know, I've opened for Jim down in Uncle Vinny's. We were talking about that. And it's like he's got even his metalhead crowd, even someone that, down there, it's BYOB, and, the one night they're a little drunk, but they're playful fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was even going there that night expecting some of that.
Right.
But I knew right away that was nothing.
Yeah.
You know
that's what I'm saying. There's a difference. People who are playing and they're like part of the show type of, they're like in flow with the words that coming out of your mouth. They're like responding to that's different. People who are just talking about their day on Sunday are just rude.
Yeah.
And those people need to be shut down immediately and told there's no talking right now. If you can't listen to the show, then just leave. It's a very simple rule. You're not going to ruin this night for the other 60 people here, man. It's not fair.
Yeah. So it turned out to be a good night, and I think it was a blessing that they got out of there. I think it would have ruined the whole night, even if I kept dealing with it.
Right.
And ignoring it.
So interesting that the woman tried to. Here's why I was going to engage with this woman. She tried to act like, well, I wasn't really looking how deep this other girl who made the comment, how fake her account was, but the girl was like, I can't believe how they were harassing your whole table. They were harassment. I think you have a case for harassment. You should ask the cops. And she's like, yeah, I have some cops right now that we're talking to about harassment. And she's like, inbox me. I have a great lawyer. You could sue them and the comedians and everybody for harassment. I wanted to get involved in there and be like, listen, if you're going to sue people, let me help you out, you cunt rag. Here's my information. Sue me for a Facebook calling you a cunt on Facebook. Go ahead, sue me.
Right. Well, that's why I mean, now when it happened that night, I was totally fine with it, man. I've been doing this long enough where that shit don't bother me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I felt bad for I would have felt bad if it ruined the rest of the show. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was over it. And then now the next day when I saw that's why I didn't like it our friend screen capped and made it a thing. Because then it's it's bringing it – it's like it could have just died.
Yeah.
But it makes it prolonged, and then I'm attached to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's it's just an unnecessary thing, which that's when it did affect me because over the past few – I haven't talked to you, since last podcast.
Right.
I've been just mentally just bad. Like even like considering going to therapy. Like I just been like my depression's been like rocked.
Right.
Now I was fine at the show.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then like I'm the next day I'm like, I was thinking about what happened, and then when I saw the screen cap, I'm like, man, and then it like I was already in depression mode.
Right.
So it just started. I'm like, motherfucker, why is she doing this?
Right.
Like, why? You know what I mean? It's like, and then part of me is like an ass to take it down, and then I'm like, why? I'm not. You know what? Let me just forget about it totally.
Yeah. I kind of knew that you were not okay with all of it because there was no exchange from you.
Well,
like,
I don't
weren't attached to like she didn't like attach you to her post, but I know like KP came on and was like, ha, Joe Fernandez, because of we obviously knew it was your jokes he was talking about.
Yeah, that's when I saw it, when KP, and I thought it was funny at first.
Right. No, I'm not saying you, but I could just tell that you were not comfortable, whatever your reasoning is. I didn't know the whole depression thing, but I knew you weren't comfortable because you weren't interacting at all about it.
Right. Well, also because why give why go back and forth with a psycho? Because listen, and now they put it. Listen, they put a listen. People are allowed to put negative comments on your page.
Right.
Now, when you go back and forth with someone, it makes you look bad.
Right.
It does.
Yeah, you can't. If you get defensive about a negative comment, then you look like, well, the negative comment, it must be real.
Exactly. That's why this guy on Twitter sent me a message on Twitter saying I was there, but whatever it was, and I was like, it is what it is. It makes for a good story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. I
just don't like to give ammunition to people.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't like to do that. I just feel, listen, I've never got that where like I don't get like a lot of negative reviews. I don't think people give a fuck enough,
Yeah, right.
Or at least if they do, I don't hear about them.
Right, but that's how you could tell. I mean, for instance, that the review is so like the review came from a woman who obviously is a drunk fucking. This is the way they are. This is not a new thing for them. There's no fucking way this woman is the first time she's been disruptive drunk. So, her bitching about, you don't talk about dead people. There are people who are over-opinionated and think that their way is the right way. Guaranteed they voted for Trump. They're very racist, and they don't want you fucking talking about nothing that they don't approve of, period.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So they're going to – if they don't like what you said, they're the kind of people who are going to say it. You fucking guy. And then they'll have 12 of their own retarded friends agree with them that you were wrong for talking about your dead dad.
Right.
And you're not funny anyhow. And they'll just get 12 fucking people going, absolutely. That shit ain't fun. So you don't – it's not about you at all.
Well, I know, but that's what made me – like because I was feeling like shit about outside things.
Right.
And then when our – friend posted this and then it became like a public thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, people know who they're talking about, and it's. I felt embarrassed.
No, I don't blame you, man.
I felt embarrassed, and part of me was like, why? Like, why do you have to do something that can potentially embarrass me to make your point?
Right. Now, I think this is why. It's embarrassing to you because no one who's reading that knows the whole context of the night.
Exactly.
But to her posting it, in her mind, she's like, you guys don't even know how crazy the night was. And she's putting it up because she has the whole context.
She wasn't even there.
But she, from all James and everybody talking,
heard the story.
She has some.
And I'm not mad at her or nothing. Right, I just wish it didn't. I wouldn't do that.
Right. No, I understand.
You know what I mean?
I get it. Oh, I get it. I mean, anybody putting up something that you're a part of that isn't flattering, not even like it's not that it's not flattering because we know the whole story, but it doesn't look good. And people are quick to jump on it. If somebody was like, oh, I can't believe that dude walked out booing you, and that's all they put up on stage, on Facebook, people are like, oh, Gaff, they booed you? I'm like, one drunk dude who I threw a soda at booed me, of course.
Right, that's what KP. That's what KP and Ritu told me. They're like, any rational person knows this person's a weirdo.
Right.
Like, anybody that's a fan of mine already, see me perform. Listen, I wasn't even doing that bad. I wasn't even doing bad. I just couldn't get to do what I did.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's just the whole, like...
You just don't want to have to deal with it, especially already feeling shitty. You don't want this out. This is another thing.
Like, I used to have a friend who was a big gossiper.
Right.
A huge gossiper. And he used to always tell me when people were talking shit about me.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm
And
good.
I go, you know what, dude? Don't.
Yeah.
Unless it's... Listen... unless it's directly affecting my life,
right?
Like, this dude's fucking you over, and it's going to fuck up your business. It's going to fuck up your...
Yeah.
I don't want to know,
right?
Because it does nothing but hurt my feelings, and you're not getting at that person,
right?
All you're doing is by bringing me bad news.
Exactly.
Like, if I was at a club one night and somebody goes, fucking Gaffney, blah, blah, blah. Like, just some hurtful shit.
Yeah.
That's not really affecting your life. I'm going to be like, I'm not going to tell Mike that. It's,
right.
Why? I'm just going to hurt his feelings for no reason.
Yeah, you know what this dude Joe said? Bro, he said Gaffney's act is hack. Like, what was the point of that?
Right.
What am I supposed to do now? Go punch him in his face? Like it was useless. It's just the person who's doing the gospel just wants you to react so they can get involved. That's all that is. Someone's going to come to you and go, you know what this guy said about you? So you can go, what? And then you could do that for a while.
Right.
It's useless.
Yeah, I just didn't. I brought it by a few people I know in my family, showed them what was going on, and I was like, am I being too stupid with feeling this isn't right to be posted? And they're like, no, I totally think
you've always been. Like, it just happens to be something that people could say, oh, well, you don't want to post it because it makes you look bad in your joke. Like, we'll put that aside for a second. You've always been the guys like, what is the point of posting something that makes you look bad? Ever. Not you. Like, why are you arguing and fighting with someone that you don't even know? It just doesn't ever – the person who's fighting never looks good.
No, and like I said, okay, if the bad review of the whole show that included words about me is on the Comedy Shop site, I have to live with that.
Right.
But don't keep it going in some other fucking post. That's my thing. Like, it's already alive here.
Right.
Keep it alive there. We don't need it in two places.
Right.
You don't have to, I would have never even known that was going on, is my point. Yeah. I would have never known. I wouldn't have got my feelings hurt if it just was there.
Right.
It could have been bad review. You can ignore them. And then rational people can go on the Comedy Shop site and be like, oh, there's many great reviews, and then this one cunt rag.
Right. And I don't know how many people go on Facebook to read a Comedy Shop review anyhow, so I think we're good.
Nobody does. Nobody does.
No one's making a decision.
Nobody reads reviews of comedy clubs. You go to comedy clubs for either the headliner, who you're already a fan of. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You rarely just – you know what I mean? No one's going to be like, oh, the local comedy club. Let's see how they're reviewed first.
Yeah, not locals. Now, people would travel to New York as from the out – like, you know, from around the country, around the world. They might check reviews of certain, like, comedy clubs because they want to know where to go.
Yeah, but nobody – listen. No one. We perform at a lot of comedy clubs. You're like, no one's been checking these reviews.
No.
Most of the I perform at a lot of comedy clubs. You're like, there's no way to check in reviews. They're not even checking out the outside.
Yeah.
They ignore so much up until the point of comedy.
Yeah, really.
Oh, a strange man gave me tickets to go into a dark into a hostel.
Yeah.
Into a hostel in Brooklyn with no chairs.
There is this comedy show. It's in a hotel that hasn't been really operating in the past 12 years. It's down the hallway of the damp, wet rug that got flooded 16 years ago. Oh, this is so far so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, like I was texting with KP, and because you know we become pretty good friends, and I was like telling him, you know, I'm depressed, and he's like, not over this. I'm like, no, totally not over this. My depression has nothing to do with this. This whole Facebook interaction thing has compounded it.
Right.
I said, because I was like, I don't know. I was like, you don't have depression. So I was like, this is how depression works. I go, I go, this is how my depression works, and it's the reason why I got high. It's like you're depressed for no reason. So it's like, why are you depressed? I am.
Right, which makes it even
But then it'll
harder.
grab anything. My mind will grab a negative thing and then pound me with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I go, I've been through this my whole life where I know what's going on.
Right.
Like, I know it's irrational.
Yep.
That's why I'm not getting high right now.
Right.
Because I can separate myself. I'm like, I know what's real and what's false.
Right.
But, I just think it's, me, it's just, it's a matter of decency. I don't blame. Listen, that girl's a cunt. She was going to post that shit anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wasn't hurt by the post. I was hurt by the reposting of the post.
Right.
That was my thing. I'm like, wow, a person that could help me.
Yes.
Reinvigorated it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
You
it's almost like you threw fuel on the fire of a psycho.
Right.
That's my feelings.
Yeah.
And I don't think they did it intentionally.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it wasn't done intentionally.
Right.
But I just was like, then I'm like, should I even say something?
I would. Now I'm going to go on that end.
And I said not to. I said I'm not going to.
Well, maybe your depression got the better of you and felt like, oh, why should I complain? Maybe it held you down a little bit. But you should always 1,000% step up if something that your friends are doing may affect you a little bit, even if they were doing it on purpose or not. You should have just reached out to them and said, listen, I know you're not doing it on purpose, but can we just take that down? It's not making me feel better.
Well, here's my thought. I'm like, you know what? It's out there. It was out there. So every person it was going to touch, it touched.
Right.
So my embarrassment's already there.
Right.
So my thing is, I'm heated. Obviously, that person's heated whenever they're doing. Maybe I'll just let some time go by and then say what I felt.
Right.
And then, because I don't know. It's like, and then part of me is like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
no, well, you can get to that point too. But like, if you put something up that I thought maybe hurt my feelings a little bit, I can't let it go because I won't be able to let it go.
Right.
I have to say, Joe, I know you didn't do it on purpose, but it bothered me.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's weird. Like, say it was you, or it's weird when it's your friend's girl.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Because
that's what made me feel weird. Because I'm like, I don't want her to. You know what I mean? I don't want to have a weird thing.
Yeah. And you don't want him because he might get a little defensive from his girl.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You're like, she
was,
do it on purpose.
And then I said, is this worth it? No.
Yeah. I got you.
So I mean, I'm like today. I'm fine. Like,
So what's the depression about? I know you said you can't pinpoint it, but what have you? You've had a week. Have you glossed over what is adding to it?
No, I was talking to my wife about it, and I'm like, I've been seeking help for years.
Oh yeah, since I met you.
And I just think I said I'm tired. I said it's like whatever. You get clean, and then you work on things, and then things go away, but it's like it's always like it's just. It may never go away. It's just things in your past that come back to haunt you.
Right.
And sometimes some days it's worse than others.
Right.
And then that's why it's so hard to explain. You're like, I don't know why I'm worse. And then this week it was weird. It was like I was really depressed for a couple of days. And then a friend of mine passed away. I learned about this guy that helped me out in early recovery. This guy Lou, he died unexpectedly in his sleep in Arizona. He was an older guy, and like this guy was
just older,
being older. He had a heart attack in his sleep, is what I've heard so far. And like Carrie was shocked to see me crying in bed because she's like, I never even heard of Lou.
Right.
Because Lou moved away 14 years ago.
Yeah, so he hasn't been active. But he was
and then
active
we reconnected 7 years ago on Facebook.
Okay.
So he was like, because when we reconnected 7 years ago, back when he knew me 14 years ago, I was just doing TV and film and stuff. He's like, you still doing TV and film? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing comedy now. And he was so, whoa. He's like, oh, you're always so funny. That's great. And I would, he was, oh, check out your clips online. We stay connected. But he was like so instrumental in my early recovery. Like would talk to me late night.
Right.
Just a good dude, man.
Right.
And then I legitimately got upset.
Right, yeah.
Like, I mean, he was like one of those first home group guys.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I was
those
so
early
sad
recovery, those first 3-year people that you interact with, those early recovery years, will always be mentally and emotionally with you. No matter how you feel about the program, you can move on, relapse, and fucking get high for 50 years. But those people in the beginning of your first 3 or 4 years of recovery are like permanently there.
Yeah, and then you know, like I said, it's very hard. Like, it's very hard to explain what goes on in my brain. I just feel like I need coping tools or something.
Now you're gonna go. Your insurance covers like therapy, right?
Yeah, I found a guy. I found someone that's like near my work, some Spanish dude I may try.
Okay. Do you know how to speak Spanish?
No, he just happens to be Spanish. He's in this area, and he's the only one on the list for my insurance.
That would be awesome that he just spoke to you in Spanish. Like, you tell him everything. He's like, okay, mira, say that again. And you're like, oh, all right.
You know what's weird, though? Like I feel like I'm like when I'm in those moments, because when it's like feeling like you're in a suit that's too big for you, the day's moving slow. I'm just like just beating yourself over the head, feeling outside of myself. Like I'll be like when I'm in deep depression, I'm like in my home, but I feel like I'm watching it happen. Like I don't feel like I feel distant from it.
Yeah.
And then I become ultra sensitive, where it's almost like anything will bother me.
Right.
I'll take anything the wrong way.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'll take a look the wrong way from a stranger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it was like, it was building like that up until and then actually the day of the show, I was totally fine. I mean, I was literally like, I can't wait to perform. This is great.
Yeah. Well, that's the out, man. That's the out we know we have.
Well, that's what I said. And like, even when the show went shitty, I wasn't depressed then.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
yeah.
To me, it was like the same thing if I'm shooting a video. Yeah. And then we get back to the studio and the card's corrupt and there's no footage. I'd be like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Right.
Occupational hazard. Shit happens.
Well, what does Seinfeld say? Sometimes, like, the only time he ever feels like himself is on stage. Like, the only time he ever feels at peace is on stage.
Right. Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's like that all the time, but it's a great thing to have, like, where you're like, oh, my God, I can't wait to just get up there.
Yeah. Like, I was even feeling a little depressed. I did the Saint last week, and I was even feeling a little depressed there, but when I was on stage, I felt fine.
Right, okay.
Like, I walked into the Saint, and I'm like, I don't even want to be here. Yeah. Like, that's how depressed I was. I'm like about the only, like, I had a Korean taco right before, and I felt great then, but then, like, once that digested, I'm like, oh, you suck. And then, and I lost my hat, and it was winter, and my bald head, it was so cold. I'm like, what more do I need tonight, man? I lost my favorite hat.
You know what? I hope there's someone listening in the fucking jungles of fucking Thailand who have a half a shoe, and we're like, this bald motherfucker with his hat. Let me get on a plane.
Listen, when you're depressed, though, everything feeds off of everything. So it's like Scott picks me up. It's a 2-hour ride because of traffic to fucking the shore, because there was so much traffic.
What night was it?
It was Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Getaway Day's Wednesday. I think everyone's like, I'm going to do Getaway Day like Getaway Day.
Yeah, right.
So we stop at a rest stop to piss because it was that long.
Wow.
And I think I dropped my hat there. So I get to Asbury. It's fucking cold, blowing. Oh, my God. I'm like, where's my hat? I can't find my hat. I go, this is my favorite fucking hat. Like, I loved this hat.
Wool hat? Like a winter hat?
Yeah, like a winter hat. It just fit right. It was comfortable, no itchy. You know how hard it is to not get a non-itchy hat on a bald head? Very tough. You got to try on a lot of hats.
I mean, I can't identify, but I would imagine.
No, but I'm explaining to you. Very
tough.
I
got it. Yeah.
So now I'm walking to the Korean taco joint, no hat, cold head. And then, but I'm getting over that. You know what I mean? You're like, so when Scott picked me up, I had my Dunkin' Donuts tumbler. My coffee, my Dunkin' Donuts coffee thing, I was drinking coffee from home, and then Scott drops me off at the end of the night, and he leaves, and I realized I left my coffee thing in his car, and I'm texting him. I go, dude, can you bring me my coffee thing? I missed that more than my hat.
Did he bring it to you?
He's like, LOL, I'll get it to you in a couple of days. I'm like, all right. It was just like, can I fucking catch a break, man? This is my morning coffee. Like, it's like,
I mean, you listen to this. I mean, when you put in a layer of depression, right? And
these things are
these
traumatic.
Things sound like real problems. Take out.
No, listen. If I wasn't depressed, I would have been like, I gotta get another hat.
Yeah.
I'll get the coffee. Literally, the coffee thing I forgot about the next day.
You even called it your Dunkin' Donuts tumbler. That's so you couldn't get more dramatic of a name for that thing at that moment. It was your Dunkin' Donuts cup, but you were like, I left my Dunkin' Donuts tumbler, and it made it more like, oh my god.
Oh man.
But again, you can't pinpoint it. You can't put your finger on it. Which
there's no. Listen, Listen, all right. Basically, there is things that I can't talk about.
Okay.
With podcasts, with my wife, it's just.
Hold on.
I don't think I'm like, I hope I can talk about it with a therapist. Like, it's literally, like, the moment, like, I think about even talking to people about what haunts me. I'm like, I just want to go to bed. I'll just go to bed. I'm going to go take a nap. I'm going to just fucking – like, and that's what sucked about yesterday was, like, I was going to bed. Like, the show was fine, but I'm laying in bed at night, and then now when I get tired, if I'm have lack of sleep, I could be really depressed. That's a trigger for it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Right.
So I'm up. Kerry's sleeping next to me, and I'm just watching TV, and I start thinking too much. And I'm like, you know what, man? I'm getting depressed again. I'm like, let's just go to bed. Let's just end this fucking day.
Right.
You know, start fresh in the morning, which usually works. But I woke up. It was as if, you know, like that. Like we talked in the meetings, like it's that thing they say, like where your disease does push-ups while you're clean. So like, I felt like my depression was like, I ain't going away, motherfucker. Sleep didn't take it away.
Right.
And I woke up defeated, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, usually sleep works every time.
No, absolutely. I mean,
it works every time.
What you're saying right there is like my stomach drop because I'm like, I know that feeling of defeated, like where you're just like, you're in that, you feel like you're just in a corner and there's just no way out of how you're feeling. So let me just go to fucking sleep because all the realities that I have to face aren't going to go away in this moment. So let me just go to sleep. And I'll wake up tomorrow and it'll be a little less stressful.
Right.
And you wake up and it's right there like 9 morning. You're like, what, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, so now I'm feeling like physically ill. And and then I'm like, I'm just going to lay in bed. But my dog's like, yeah, bro, we got to fucking do my thing or else I'm going to annoy the shit out of you all fucking day. So at that time, Brennan texts me, you want to go hike? You want to take the dogs out? So I'm like, I feel like shit, but I'm going to go. Like, I really felt like I was going to vomit.
Right.
You know, like I thought, I'm like sweat. It just sucked. Kerry was going out with her mother, and then so I'm like, all right. So I go, I'll just do a quick hike with him. And so I'm hiking, we're talking, I'm telling him all about. But like I'm in my own fucking world, man.
Right.
Like usually the hike, like a walk outside. So like we did about 3/4 of the way through the hike. I just felt good. Like something with the breeze came. I go, and I go to Scott. I go, oh, thank God. He's like, what? I go, oh my God, man. I just feel really good right now, man. I've been so depressed. I go, I'm so sorry if I had my head up my ass this whole outing. He's like, you were a little off. I'm like, I know. I just, you know, what are you gonna do? Just like, it is. And I just told Kerry the other night. I started crying to her, and I'm like, I just gotta fucking figure this out for a change. I've been dealing with this too many years.
Right.
Like I'm like right when I got clean. Like I'm just tired. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired of. It's like I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of things haunting me. Or maybe it'll be easier if a dude's like, hey man, it's just going to keep coming back. It's a memory, and memories, like I used to try and suppress these things with narcotics.
Right.
And I think that's what I'm looking for, something to wipe it away.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's so weird because it's like, I don't know. It's like,
you're right.
I always feel like I don't like.
Makes sense because you're
like
so
I yammer
big.
too much when someone asks me, then I'm yammering, and then I see their face, they go, what are you gonna do? And I feel like they're like, go shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm like, why? I was like, I know you want to know how I'm doing.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna even understand. You regret
because
this.
You're not specific. Which is fine. I'm not telling you to be specific, but because you're not specific, you're trying to figure out ways to talk about how you're feeling about something that no one has an idea what you're talking about. So, of course, you talk yourself into more. I told my daughter this one time. My daughter was like, she'd come up to me like, Dad, I'm just going through stuff. And like, because she didn't want to tell me what she was going through, she would just talk. And I'm like, you do this to your therapist? Because no wonder, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you seem depressed all the time because you're not able to even address the real issue.
Right.
You're going to so if you're not comfortable, I'm not telling you to be comfortable to talk about it, but I'm saying go to if you get a therapist, just try to get right to that specific.
Right.
This way you can start to lessen that so you don't seem like you're talking to yourself in circles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I think I'm going to try the therapist. I just I'm like my wife's like, I know you're against like medications, but like don't like frown on it. I'm like, well, I go one step at a time. I'm like,
yeah.
I go, listen, I know you don't have substance abuse problems, so medications always seem fine to you. I go, I'm legitimately afraid of that. I don't want to be. She goes, no, but these things aren't things that you can abuse. I'm like, believe me. I will find a way. Yeah.
My daughter has she takes some medication and like slow doses and all. And I don't want personally. And I go through my own stuff. I lay in bed, pull the covers over my head and go like, I'm not doing it today. Sorry, not doing it. And my depression will attack me in a physical sickness where I feel like I'm physically sick and I'll blame it on that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm sick, man. I don't feel good, man. I'm going to go to sleep. And like, I'm not lying. It's like a sense of denial because I'm like, I really don't want to fucking deal with the world. So I don't feel good. My nose is running. I'm coughing. My head is pounding. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if they were to say, you're going to do Medicaid, no, honestly, I want to be able to feel that feeling because I like feeling the other feelings of being happy, laughing, feeling all this hope and like this dreams that things are going to work out and feel awesome. I want that feeling. And a lot of times medication takes away that too because it keeps you on this even like, I don't want to be even.
No, I don't want to be that either.
I want to ride the waves of life. Sometimes they suck moose dick, but I want to ride it anyhow.
Yeah. I think if I can find a therapist, like I tell him what I go through, what I do, blurt out this shit that I don't talk to anybody about. Maybe he could just give me some. I mean, coping shit. Like when I got clean, I had sponsors telling me like, "Hey, when you do this, do that, do this, do that." Right. And it was like I never thought I'd be able to get clean for a day, and then boom, 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 then it becomes who you are. And I'm hoping that's gonna be a thing.
Right. It's like when I was going through breakups. And I was feeling so like I got to call them. I want to talk to them. And like my friends were like, well, call me instead.
Right.
Instead of calling them, call me. Instead of emailing them, email me. If you feel like texting them, give me a text. And like that was a coping mechanism for me to deal with when those emotions came that I needed. I got to call because I got to tell this girl my side so she knows my side. Like I would call my friend instead and be like, hey, man, I feel like calling her right there. Yeah. And we talk it out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That was a coping tool that I was given and I took. And like you go to therapy, maybe they'll give you something that we don't know. I'm not a professional. You know what I mean? Some stuff that you can go, like a little thing that you can do. Like, the next time that feeling comes up, fucking, I don't know, draw. Oh, okay, I'll draw. You don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just so crazy. It's so crazy, the mind. And like I was hiking with Scott, and he's like, so did you like the Saint? You going to use it to record? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, and he laughed at me. He's like, you don't know. You're going to pick a spot. You're going to, you did. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of theater now. He's like, I was like, listen, I wanted to go like, listen, man, I'm hoping I stay alive right now. I'm hoping.
I'll drown you in that lake if you bother me.
Like, I don't know where I want to film my comedy show, but I don't even know if I'm going to make it to the filming.
Yeah, right.
like that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? Me hemming and hawing over theaters or clubs and me searching out venues keeps me out of my head. You know, I'm on Instagram looking at venues, and I'm like, oh, good. I'm not.
It's something to obsess over.
It's something
to get yourself out of yourself for a minute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's okay. I mean, that's a healthy thing to obsess over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to obsess over the lighting. I'm going to fucking obsess over that for a little while. Or I can lay in my bed rocking and thinking about how I'm going to die. One of those two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to obsess over my venue. Like, that. The thing that sucks is not knowing, not being able to say, okay, this is what's exactly bothering me. I can do this to get out of it. Sometimes you just don't have the answer.
Well, you know what? Because it's like a thing. It's like I can't. When it boils down to, it's like tough. The basic thing is it's tough accepting that you can't do nothing about something.
Right.
Like, it's not like, oh, I can do this and then changes that. There's no change in nothing. No. It's just like an internal thing I have to move on from.
Yeah, well, I think I mean, I might have talked about this years ago. I'm not, maybe not on a podcast, just in general, that I used to say I don't have regret. People say, you have regret. And I'm like, I think regret's a useless thing to have. Yeah. Because you either learn from what happened and grow and move on, and you are where you are because of all the shit that took place in your life, right? So, like, everything A, B, C, D led me to here, so it is what it is. You know, but I look back lately, and I guess it's because I'm getting older and more my mortality is, you know, coming in. Like, I feel like, you know, I'm going to lay in bed and not wake up one night, you know. Yeah. And like, I think of those things a lot more than I've ever wanted to. Think about death and think about looking back in my life and seeing how useless I've pretty much been. That's my own thoughts. I mean, again, it's not me saying that so people go, no, you're fine. You did. It's not why I'm saying it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just taking a look back at my life and going, wow, I've done nothing. Yeah. Nothing with it. Right. Nothing. I mean, nothing with it. I'm one useless pile of shit pretty much my whole life. And I can chalk it up to whatever the fuck I want to chalk it up to. That's, you know what I mean? But some days when I look at it, I go, wow, you're just a chunk of shit. You've done nothing. My regret is if I let myself think like that, my only regret is what I've not given my kids. Yeah. Not me. I don't give a fuck about me, man. I fucking right. If it was up to me, I would have smoked crack until I was 28 and died. That would probably be my fucking path. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, but I'm talking.
That's the benefit of having kids. I think because you have kids, it's like maybe like in your mind it makes it all about them. Or like a guy like me who doesn't have kids, I'm so still internally about me.
Right. Well, I am too.
I mean, even though I do strive to make a good life for Justin, my stepson, and I do love him like one, but I think maybe there's some biological thing that happens when you have your own kids where you focus less on yourself and more on them.
Which I do, but I don't. Like, I'm a pretty good balance of like, I was even telling somebody this other day, like, I come first and I will always come first. And that's not meaning fuck my kids, meaning if I'm not happy in doing stuff that's productive for me, they're not going to benefit anyhow. And my kids are babies. They're 18, 19 now. But I'm talking about the regret I have is I look at their pictures when they're younger and a little bit. Like, I don't think I gave them as much as I could have gave them or should have gave them. So, you know, that is something I have to – the point being, as you said, there's some things you have to accept that you can't change and you got to move on. Right. I've never had much. until recently when I look at my children and I go, wow, where I'm at in my life right now, financially and everything around me, I can't see myself getting out of it.
Yeah.
Right? I don't see myself being in a better place. And I'm like, wow, I've bullshitted and lied for the last 8 years to my kids that it was going to get better. And it's never going to get better.
Yeah.
That's something I have to accept and realize that's never going to get better for me. And like, I feel the regret is lying and leading my kids on this whole time. And they all believed in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, 6 months from now, we're going to get out of this place. We're going to get an apartment. 6 months from now, we're going to get an apartment. I just got to get some stuff together. And I always thought I was financially chipping away and maybe going to get some sort of consistency. And it never was happening. It was never happening, never happening, never happening, never happening. And like the last couple of months, like I'm realizing, this dude, you're not getting out of this, man. Stop fucking saying you are.
Right.
You know, and I have to realize that. Something I have to realize. It's like, and that is the regret, and that's the thing that I have to accept that I did. And I don't know how to go forward. I just need to get to the part where I have to accept it.
Yeah, I think acceptance is my key too. Like the things I don't talk about. On a good day, I think about them and they're fine.
Right.
Like, I've lived my life. I made some mistakes, and I move on. I think like with depression, like my depression comes out of nowhere.
Right.
There's no like inciting incident.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think what the depression does is pulls these things back in and beats me with them.
Right.
Because when I'm not depressed, those things, I'm like, oh, I lived my life. I did what I did, and things happened to me that weren't my fault.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that you're like, and I'm okay with it. I'm a grown man. Right. I've done recovery work on things, but I think when I'm in depression, it's like, oh, you thought.
Yes. No, absolutely.
So, and I think that's what I need this guy to be like.
To point it out, like, no, don't worry about that because you did. You know what I mean? We've already got past that. You're fine.
Or maybe I need. See, what's weird about like I've talked to, like, I have this depression. Now, I have friends that take medication for depression, but they're like what I felt over this like 3-day period. Mm-hmm. They're like that all the time.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, I don't have that. Now, I don't know if that's my out to be like, yeah, I don't need the medication. Is this something I can take in the moment?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm afraid. Like, yeah, you'll start abusing it if you're like, oh, I'm feeling bad.
I'm feeling bad again.
I'm gonna start feeling bad a lot. I know me, man. I know me. I lost 2 pounds. I'm fucking pounding fucking Portuguese cream pies.
Yeah, I lost 18 pounds, and then I was like, well, that was great, Mike. And then put like 8 back on. Like fucking.
Yeah. But that's that, man. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. And you know, back to like filming the special, it's like, you know. Yeah, I mean, I like when I like that bar, and it did look nice, but then I remember sitting there and I'm like, man, I don't know why I keep telling myself I'm a bar comedian. It's not like, that's not really what I do. I like the visual of it, that I'm like, maybe a nice little theater would be better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm more of a storyteller type guy.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm more of like I have a bunch of bits that string together into like almost a story, like a big chunk. I'm not like a wham bam. I'm not like a Doug Stanhope.
No, yeah.
Preacher. I had a visual in my head. I'm like, I feel like I'm going to set up this shoot in this bar, and it's going to be like a madhouse in there, and I'm going to have no
I wouldn't do it.
I feel like a theater I can control.
You can control it.
And then I said I actually do want to. I was like, actually, the majority of the people I want to invite are probably in recovery, and it's not fair to this guy to bring 80 Diet Coke orderers.
Club and cranberry, please.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, because I think what I keep trying to find like the ultimate location in the middle where it's not hard for anybody to go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? There's this 66-person theater I found in North Jersey.
Where at?
It's in Sparta. It's a cute little theater. And I'm like, I can tell 60 people to come out. I can get 60 people to come out one night. I can probably get 120 people to come out for two shows, between two shows. Be like, can you just make a day of this?
Yeah. That's why I kept saying to you, like, if you just give them like 4 months, like, listen, guys, I'm not asking you to come out to see a comedy show. I'm asking you to come out and support my fucking DVD taping.
Well, because I have a sheer anxiety that I'll be there performing for like 8 people. It's like my mom, my 2 brothers, my aunt, my wife, you, James.
Me in the back on my Facebook. What the fuck? Come on, Joe.
I was talking to Florentine. He's doing his new special because, and he was saying exactly what I was saying. Because, I do my dad stuff. I don't want to do it no more. I got to get this on tape and move on. Because he's doing his divorce stuff, and he's like, I can't keep doing it.
Right.
So he's doing his new divorce special. He's filming it at the Anthony Cumia Studios. He's like, it could fit like 40 people.
Wow.
So he said, no audience shots, just shots of me, but I'm doing it there. Simple, boom. And I'm like, yeah, why do... I could just get 60 people to come to this little theater in Sparta, couple of cameras, bang this out, and move on with my life. And
if you push it and don't leave it to them, making it you have to be on top of it. Like, invite a bunch of people on Facebook to organize it. You need them to all confirm, and then buy tickets. Just have them. It's $5. This way you can get some confirmation to see where you're at. You know what I'm saying? It's a $5 ticket. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? $5 ticket just to get some confirmation that they're coming. You know what I mean? In like a week in advance, like, this is what it is. Where are you at? Are you coming? Like, just so this way you go into the theater going, I know I have 98 people coming. 2 shows. I know it's coming.
Right. I don't throw out no food, no drinks, no nothing. Right. Just come up. We put you guys in. I have an opener warm me up.
Exactly.
Do my thing. Boom.
Right.
You know.
But it's good to have something like that as a passion that you want to. I mean, to have nothing.
I want it to be good. I don't like. I obsess over it. I know it takes a long time for me to get it together, but it's like I want to do a good job. Right. I don't want it to look like I just arrived somewhere with some shitty camera.
Right.
I want it to look like, wow, you put a lot of thought into this.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, man.
If it's a CD, it's one thing because you don't visually see it. If I was going to do a CD, I would tell Dino, can I work Wednesday through Saturday? Record every show, and he'd be like, of course.
Right.
And that would be so much easier for me.
Right.
But I'm like, I want a video of me.
Absolutely, man.
Because if I'm not going to make a video of me, nobody else will.
Yeah, no one's knocking to do it.
No. But yeah, it's So yeah, I take a while to create things, but it's so funny though. Like, you start, I'm sure you did this with your CD. You start thinking about your act, and you're like, just not ready, man. Just not ready.
Yeah.
You're just like, why am I even putting this on tape for people?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Like, you feel like you have those nights where you're like, I wish this was my recording, man. Everything worked how I wanted, and I'm like, I fucking know it, man. I'm going to have fucking 4 cameras here. I'm going to have a fucking family here, and it's going to be one of those, Like, do you ever see that fucking Richard Pryor documentary? His famous Live at the Sunset Strip where he's in a red suit?
Yeah, the first audience or whatever?
He walked off stage. He goes, I just don't have it tonight.
Right.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm like, that's Richard motherfucking Pryor.
Yeah.
The moment got big for him.
Right.
Like, he was making...
Absolutely. I mean, I had a show the other night, a couple of weeks ago, that I was like, I forget what show it was. I'm like, man, I couldn't be any more Mike the way I wanted to be. I was like, I can't be any more the way I want to be on this. This is the best I've felt on stage. Right? And I'm like, but if I film that, that guy's not coming out, man. That guy doesn't come out in fucking events like that. That guy comes out in church basements when it don't matter. That guy never comes out when we need him to come out.
Yeah. That's why I got to film 2 shows.
Yeah.
I do.
Dude, I did a show, and I don't want to... This is just putting this out there as I was aggravated.
Was this thing you sent me the other night?
Yeah, and I don't want to mention... I mean, look,
you don't have to mention it, but...
I don't even know if I should say it at all. Anyway, I did a show I won't even tell you what night it was. You know, in the last couple of weeks, let's just say. Okay.
Okay.
I did a show, and the guy had me up. It was a little, a little theater, I guess, or some kind of a venue, and he says, "I do 45 up front and just bring you up. You do as long as you want." I'm like, 45 up front.
45.
And I'm like, I don't want to. This is your show, but
you could have kept the whole door and just did 45.
Yeah. So he said, well, and he said this, and I if I knew him better, I would have called him out on it. He's like, most of these people, they come in to see me, and I wanted to be like, well, then follow me, motherfucker. Just follow me. If they came here to see you, and you're going to go in and talk to each of these people because you know them, which is what happened, 45 minutes of, am I right, Bill? Jill, that's what we're doing for 45 minutes. And it actually went on for 59 minutes. 59 minutes up front, and then bring me up and tell me to do whatever I wanted to. Now, the show was great. The people were great. I had an awesome set. I sold fucking 12 CDs at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
They were fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But when you book a show and you pull an audience from your town that you live in, and just to show off in front and then bring a guy up, I don't get the thought process. That's like me booking the NA shows and me doing 50 minutes and then saying, Bobby Kelly, go up and do 20, 30, whatever. They came here to see me anyhow. The fuck out of here. Why don't you go up and do the end if they came here to see you?
Right.
If they all came out for you, why are you going up front? I don't understand that. Like, why? Because you want to make sure they're having a good time, and then if after 55 minutes they'll leave. If they want, they can get up and go get coffee, go get drinks, go to the bathroom, as long as you got your 55 out.
Yeah.
That's unfair that the guy has to go. That's just not the way to do a show. And don't tell me, at least. Don't tell me that's what you're doing.
Right.
He said he did it. Kevin Meaney was up there. And Kevin Meaney, he could hear Kevin Meaney in the background going, what the fuck is he doing? Is he doing the whole show by himself?
I think Kevin Meaney told us this story, like at a show about some guy who was going up and knew everybody, and then he had like a weird time after because it was like they already saw this guy. Yes. Yeah, I remember him telling me a story like that.
That's the story. And he said, and he told me, he goes, I told Kevin, I'm sorry. I go up, I usually do like 45 minutes because they all know me. That's what they came for. I'm like, that's the insane way of thinking. Yeah. You put a show together with a headliner so they all came and paid. If they just came to see you, why don't they just come to see you all the time? Why do you need headliners on the show? Now, the night before I was up there, his good friend, who's a great comic, a beast of a comedian, went first, did 25 so he can go do his hour after him. Because they're tight friends, he let him do that. He knew that his friend would go up and only do 25 and he can go and finish it up. Mm-hmm. Why you let me do that?
Right.
Why did I have to be subject to standing around for 59 minutes? I was at 45 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he just kept going. And I'm like, look, man, I get it. I just think it's in a big picture of comedy. How do you think that that's okay to do?
Yeah, I don't. It's ludicrous. I've
never been on a show like that where a guy tells you, "Oh, they're all here for me." I mean, I did Brad. I'll go Brad Garrett's room. Brad does 40 minutes up front, and then the middle does 20, and the closer does 30. But it's Brad motherfucking Garrett.
Exactly.
Okay. He fills the place up, 350 plus people, 7 nights in a row because they came to see Brad motherfucking Garrett, and then he brings you up like you're a rock star and do 20 minutes after him. But they came to see Brad Garrett. He knows that they packed the place for him.
Yeah. No, I did a show like that with Reverend Bob Levy when he was at the height of his Howard Stern fame.
Right.
And I was like a new comic. He had a place, Levy's Comedy Club. He hosted, which filled the room, and me and Gino Bisconte were on the show.
Right, right.
So he went up and did about 40 minutes.
Right.
I go up and did 20.
Right.
Then he go up and did like another 20. And then Gino did whatever till he was done.
Right. Right.
But yeah,
right.
I mean, and you know, it was tough to do, but it was like, we wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for this motherfucker.
Right. Now, okay, and that is true. That is true. And if that's the case with this guy, I get it. But then let's flip it, man.
No, but I'm saying I agree, like the Brad Garrett thing. But it was Reverend Bob Levy. You don't mind it. It's not some schmo who decided to set up a show and then like basically bury us and then leave us to clean up the scraps. Right. You know.
Well, that's how I felt. Like, yes, the guy knows a lot of people. I've done a couple of shows with him. He knows a lot of people up in that. I mean, that's where he's from. He lives in that area, so he knows a lot of people, and they come out every time he has a show in the area.
Uh-huh.
Right? They always come to support him. I totally get that.
Yeah.
And if you got to do an hour and make me go up, again, they were great, and I'm very good at what I do, so I'm not concerned. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even – after he's destroying, I'm not going, what do I got to do? I'm going to do my act. That's what I got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But and they were really good, very receptive, very good audience. Not talking, they were very good. So I'm not complaining about – the show turned out well. I just – when you look at it, you're like, why do it that way then? I'll do 45 up front, you do 45 afterwards, or do an hour afterwards, whatever you want to do. What matters? If they're really, truly here to see you, you're going to do an hour, you're not asking me to do. It's not like you want to do 20 minutes and I have to do the hour.
Right.
You want to do an hour. And then you make me come up and I can do whatever I want to. I wound up doing an hour. But why?
I think I know who you're talking about. I think.
Maybe. But why would you do that? Why would you make the guy – if you want to do the hour in front, just do the hour in the after part. My only thought is the reason why you don't want to do it is not because of the money, because the time is the same. The money is the same, right?
Well, there's no confidence that he can follow. He knows.
I'm not even saying me. In general, you don't want to follow a guy doing an hour. Who the fuck does?
Right. Who the fuck does? You better be strong.
Yeah, so I don't want to follow anybody who just did an hour regardless.
Right.
You could have been a horrible hour. I don't
like if I have to do an hour, 45 to an hour, I don't like following an hour's worth of comedy.
That's what I'm saying.
Like it should be 10-minute host, 20 to 25-minute middle, and then I'm on. You should be on within 45 minutes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Max. That's
max.
You would like to be on within a half an hour.
Yes. 35 minutes ideally.
Ideally, yeah. 35 minutes ideally. 15-minute host or 10-minute host, 20-minute middle, 5-minute host, boom.
Done. That's what I would like to do.
Right.
Ideally. But if you I just didn't get the math of it. You're paying me to do an hour. You're not paying me to headline.
Yeah.
Because you have said with your own words that they all came for you.
Right.
So you didn't pay me for the draw. You just had that money in the budget.
Right.
You wanted me to do my comedy, which is great, and I appreciate that. Why do it? Why can't you ever flip it?
Yeah.
I'm not your headliner. I'm just a guy going up after the guy they came to see.
Yeah. Well, in case he eats it, they got a show.
Right. And that's unfair.
Oh,
and that's
totally
the part
unfair.
That I call horseshit on. Because you fucking went to an audience and you they were awesome. You tried to bleed them. You bled them dry, brought me up, and I didn't have to pump life into them, but I did for the first few minutes. I had to because I wasn't their friend and I wasn't talking to them.
Well, that's the same shitty mentality as you see like guys that are open for you. I've had it with me. It's like they're doing great and they don't. It's like you're supposed to do 20,
right?
25. You are doing great. But you keep going because your fucking ego won't let you give it up.
Right, right.
You're like, yo, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're supposed, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's great you're doing 20. Get the fuck off.
Right.
I had a guy do 40 minutes as a host one time.
No.
Because I would go, what are you doing? When he brought me up, because it was a 2-man show.
Okay.
I go, what are you doing, HBO special? And then I think I even said to the crowd, give it up for dude his HBO special here tonight. Warming you guys up. It was like, Jesus, shut up.
Yeah, and now, I mean, nobody wants to, if you're not in the comic or in comedy, you don't understand the like when a guy goes up and does 59 minutes in front of you, that's a lot of goddamn time.
Actually, no, I was the middle on that show. I wasn't even, it was a 3-man show.
So the guy hosted 40 minutes and you went up?
45 minutes.
That's insane.
And I went up and I just did 25, like I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, the show's on for, like, almost an hour and a half before the headliner has to go up.
Yeah, that's insane.
And it turned out to be fine, but it wasn't even it was just like he wasn't even trying to get off.
Right.
It was like he had that mic stand in the back. It's like...
Yeah, same.
He's being lit. Yeah. He's being lit multiple times.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I was drinking too much. No, you weren't, bro. Come on. I'd appreciate if you just admit it was your ego.
Yeah, exactly.
You were eating it up, you know?
Yeah.
It's gross. It's gross. I hate people that don't stick to their time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I've done it in the past, but it's like, it's always like some sort of like mistake. Like I think somebody's lighting me. Like I even feel, I'm like, because I know when I'm up there too long.
Right.
You know, you feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You do your act every night. You don't know when 30 minutes is.
Right.
So I'll know if I'm at 35. Like, I don't even know why I'm at this bit.
I get uncomfortable if I'm at a minute and a half over my time.
Yeah.
I get uncomfortable already. True. I mean, I have my clock always there. If I'm closing, I can give a shit. But if I'm featuring and I'm into a bit and I'm doing really good and I have one more part of the joke and I know it's a minute and a half, 2 minutes long, and I was right at the cusp of like I'm supposed to do 30 and I'm at 29 and a half, I'm like, I'm just going to go into this joke.
Right.
I get uncomfortable and I speed through it anyhow.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to do over my time.
No, I always try to go under.
Yeah.
If I can, just bang it out. Yeah, that was a dick move, man. But at least your show turned out good, you know what I mean?
It was great. And again, if the guy listens or if it gets to him, I would just appreciate if you understood that since I'm not the draw and they all came to see you, then why in the fuck do I have to go second on that show?
Yeah. Or just just get yourself an opener and you be the show.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate the money. But if you're pretty much telling me I'm not the draw, you were the draw, you don't need me.
That's like me putting together my taping and then saying, hey, can you just do like 45 after I'm done? I'm going to invite people to see me.
Yeah, right. Why?
Right.
That just aggravated me. And like, as the more I sat off the stage, and he had told me the story before going up about Kevin Meaney and how he had to tell Kevin, oh, a lot of these people come from me. I just thought, you told Kevin that? He told me that right before he went on stage. And he started the show. I was like, man, you told Kevin Meaney?
Yeah, somebody with a name.
Thanks for coming out, but I do 40 to 45 up front because they came to see me. Like, maybe that's true, but you are here to put on a great show, so they all came to see you, and you got a great name like Kevin Meaney to come up after you, and he's got to follow you after doing 50 minutes because that's not professional, man. That's an ego.
Yeah.
You know, and that's fucking kind of rude to tell.
I've been like, well, since they came to here to see you, how about I just go up and do a little, and then you bang it out, bro?
Yeah,
they're
man.
Here to see you. I'll warm them up for you, man.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And the truth is, like, I remember when I did an NA show with Bobby years ago when I first started. Bobby closed it, Kelly, and I did do 15 to 20 up front. And I was only doing comedy, not even a year, I think, maybe a year. I did 20 minutes in front of an NA crowd and destroyed. And then when I got on stage, Bobby's like, I swear to God, man, if you drag me out on a Saturday to fucking show off in front of your friends and to crush in front of me and I eat my dick, because there was another comic went up and did like 10. He's like, and I eat my balls. If I eat my balls after you just went up and crushed in front of your fucking friends with your inside jokes and your Jimmy the Toots and your Johnny Left Foot. I swear to God. And he went up there and he crushed, but he was watching me destroy in front of my friends. And it was like, why'd you need me here?
Right. I've seen you booked on double headliner shows, quote unquote, and then you tell the other guy, hey, why don't you go first? Oh, no. It's like, I'd stop with this double headliner fucking posters.
Right. Exactly.
Stop that.
Stop it.
Not double headliner. You know what I mean? Just fucking there's a headliner, there's an opener.
Right.
Listen, if you're the first one on, you're not a headliner in any shape or form.
Nope. It's not even how the math doesn't work out.
Well, no, it's funny. It's like we used to talk about that thing where people were like, there's certain people we know to say like a headline. I only put headliner if you're a known name.
Okay. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just like you're the closer.
Right.
So, like on some of the posters, it's like featuring Joe Fernandez instead of like headliner Joe Fernandez.
Yeah. Right.
But when it's other thing, it's like double headliner. It's like, wait, who the fuck are these two motherfuckers? Yeah. Go by your rules. It should be double feature.
Featuring and also featuring.
Yeah. He's like, the general public don't know these terms.
No.
Like, I was at a show one time when I was hosting, and Johnny Watson was the feature for I wasn't hosting, I was doing a guest spot. Johnny Watson's the feature for Otto and George.
Okay.
Right? So, host goes up, I do my guest spot. Then the host comes back and goes, are you guys ready for your feature act? They thought Otto's coming.
Yeah, because it's feature, like, this
is the featured act. And they go, give it for Johnny Watson.
And
they started booing him.
Right.
Fucking bring on Otto. Like, people thought Otto wasn't there.
Yeah.
It's like, nobody knows these fucking words mean but us.
No, if you look at the movies, now ready for your feature presentation. Feature.
Yeah.
Not your opening presentation. Not your featuring before the headlining presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enough of these fucking words and blah. Just fucking double headline, triple. I think I recently saw a quadruple headliner show advertised.
That's 4 fucking crazy egos, or a booker who booked 4 guys who he thinks are closers, who he thinks he better put them all as headliners or they won't be able to handle it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Emotionally.
Yeah, go fuck you. It's like, go fuck yourself. It's like there was a dude I knew who used to be like, yeah, I don't host no more. I go, you're too good to host? He's like, nah, it's all about the money. I'm like, oh, it's all about the money, and fucking swap the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, you don't want to host because of the money. I'll give you the same money as feature. You want to host?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to host? Oh, okay.
You don't want to host? Yeah, I'll give you the feature money.
Yeah.
No, okay, so I just want to be sure it's about your ego.
Right.
Yeah, because you're not taking the money.
Yeah. I got into an argument with a guy once because we were talking about one of the wisecrackers rooms, and he's like, they call me the feature, but for the weekend, but I'm not doing it. And I'm like, first of all, I there's one of their rooms I do headline, and the other ones I don't, and I don't want to.
Right.
Because if I headline, then I'm locked into the weekend, and if I feature, Tom has wiggle room to get me out if I book a better gig.
Right.
But they'll call me last minute, like at the Pocono Palace where my dream's going to die. Like, they let me I feature there. The money is only like $50 less than the headliner.
Yeah.
But they'll call me the week before and be like, oh, you're featuring. And the headliners that are on that show are by no means in the same caliber.
Right.
As headliners. Some of them they've been doing it for a long time and they got the chops. They can crush any room. But I'm saying, for the most part, I should probably be headlining, but I don't give a fuck because the money's fine and it plugged a hole. So I was talking to somebody and I was like, he's like, they call me to feature this weekend. I'm off, but I'm not doing it. I don't feature there. I headline only. I'm like, you have any money? You have gigs this weekend? He's like, no. I'm like, why don't who cares? You're not trying to impress the booker. You already all a headliner there. You're just going to help him out and throw some cash in your pocket. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I'll do any spot on the show. I mean, I recently turned down a hosting gig, but it was only because it's New Year's Eve. It was on my anniversary. And I told James, I'm like, if I'm going to work on my anniversary, I don't want to be hosting If I'm going to tell my wife that I'm doing comedy on our anniversary, I'd like to be like the headliner.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be like working, you know?
Right. Yeah,
there's so many people you can get to host. I'll just take her out to dinner.
Right.
But it wasn't like an ego thing. It was just like, I'm not dragging my wife out to watch me
host for
bring
10 minutes.
Comedians up to the stage.
Right.
I'll drag her out to be bored by my headline act. It's so funny when she comes to see me because she rarely comes to see me. And so, like, she's like, when I'm doing, like, anything she's heard before, she's, like, face down, just, like, looking at her nails. And then, like, she'll hear me start a new thing. Oh, and then she'll be, like, into it. And then if I dip back into something old, it's like, oh, how's my nails doing? It's like, I go, you got to not be in the room anymore. She goes, why? I go, because you fuck with my head. Because if you're not interested, it fucks me up. She goes, why? Right. It's just me. I'm just, me. Like, I'm sick of comedy. I'm like, but then be sick of it in the other room.
Because you think about, like the one person in this room that really loves me is you. Yeah. If you're not invested enough to look up at me, what makes this lady give a fuck if I'm on fire or not?
Right. And even though, okay, we've been together 10 years, but I still have an urge to impress you.
Yes.
Like, you're still hot, and I want to impress you. I want you to be like, this guy's the man. And if I'm looking back and I look like you don't think I'm the man, then I instantly don't even become half the man I'm supposed to be up there. I'll kick my wife out of my show. Can you get her the fuck out of here? She's not saying nothing. She's saying it with her. She's saying a lot with her nothing.
She knows what she's saying.
Her nothing is screaming at me right now. Get her out. I'll deal with her at home. She'll be on there fucking making shitty reviews. My fucking husband, what a fucking fat bald dickhead. Fucking can't even handle that I'm in the back of the room disinterested in stuff I've heard 300 million times. 1 star.
Yeah, his husband. Your dad died last year. Move on. Like, what?
Yeah. Then I'll just be commenting, but honey, it takes a long time to develop a bit. Yeah, I know you fucking a long time to develop a bit. I fucking get it. I've been with you. A long time.
So the house.
Don't you develop some thick skin, you fucking asshole?
The house blowjob bit isn't developed yet, Dick. Like, come on, babe. It's
yeah. Why don't you develop a thick skin, hubby, and fucking take out the garbage, huh? Why don't you develop that, huh? You remember an hour worth of material, but you can't remember to take out the garbage every Sunday night and Wednesday night, you fucking asshole? 1 star. Like, hey, enough with these 1 stars. You're wrecking it, rep. I'm giving you Facebook angry face like. How about that? I'm going to report you. I'm going to Facebook report you. Harassment.
Spam. You're a spam.
Yeah, why are you spamming me, bitch? That'd be hilarious. What are you going to do? That was a good podcast.
That was a good podcast. It was sad.
It was. I felt that. I hope it doesn't come off sad.
It does.
It was very therapeutic for me.
Absolutely, it sounds like
I think we had some laughs in there.
Your voice sounds a little like more little pop to it now towards the end of it.
Yeah,
you sound like a little more alive than you did in the beginning.
Yeah, well, I got my shit out.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
What are you gonna do?
Is this what you gonna do?
I got a couple shows this week. Hopefully, we'll have good audiences.
Where are you at?
I'm like, tomorrow night I'm at Gotham, 8:00, in the Vintage Lounge for Ken Krantz's show Heathen, and then Wednesday I'm at Levity Live. Me and Kevin Downey Jr. are closing out their monthly open mic thing.
They have the moping mic. It's a different.
A moping mic?
Yeah, the moping. You just said a
moping mic. It's probably a very accurate description for most open mics. I'm going to the moping mic.
I'm going to go to the moping mic.
I'm going to go to moping mic and bomb and then come home and mope some more.
Moping to the mic next is Joe Fernandez.
Moping to, hey guys, How's everybody doing tonight? Fuck you. Okay.
Me too. Bye.
I'm in the mopon over here now. But I hear they fill out, because I think it's like a bringer for a lot of these guys. It's like a 10-person bringer. So it should be a packed house.
Tuesday night, are you going to Stam, New York with to watch the roast battle?
Stand. Yeah, I'm going to Ken's putting me and KP up first on the show.
On your show?
At Heathen Show, so we can leave and go to the stand and watch him roast Mike Salona. So we'll be popping over there, and then I guess text me when you're in the city. Yeah, well, I'm done acting class at 9:30. I don't think the roast battle starts till like 10 or something. Okay, so I'll come right over because I'm on 19th and 6th, so I'll just go over a couple blocks and down and see you. Nice. So where else? Yeah, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I picked up a last minute. Dino, Uncle Vinny's asked me to feature Saturday night, so I'll be going out there to feature for Joey Vega. Okay. So he's a funny dude. Definitely come out. It'll be a good show. Nice. Yeah, I'm in Florida this weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh, wow. Back to the Jacksonville Comedy Club. That no hurricanes in the forecast. So far, I'm not looking at the fucking weather. No. So yeah, man, I'm at Jacksonville Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Jacksonville Comedy Club. And then Sunday, I'm doing, what is that room for Scott Brennan again? That Sunday room? Table 42? Correct. I'm doing that Sunday night. So that should be a fun show. Nice. Good stuff. So we'll have a lot of stories for next podcast. Will you be on the road and that shit? Yeah, I hope I have a great, met a girl and she blew me in the hotel or something. That'd be a nice story once to tell, maybe. I'm sure if you want it to happen, you can make it happen. I don't know about that, but yes. I'm sure I probably have better chances if I wanted it more than the Mike Gaffney who leaves as soon as the show's over. Like, good night, goodbye, I'm out of here. I want to come back to your room and blow you. I don't want it right now. What? Well, I'm a girl that just offered you a blowjob. That's how easy it has to be made, though. A girl has to come up to me almost with her mouth in the shape of my penis, like this on your dick. Like, oh, all right, well that. Now you put it like that. But if they're like, hey, you want to come out? We're all going to the bar down the block. I don't. We're going to go wherever they're going. I don't want any I don't want to have to work anymore. I just did 50 minutes. That's my personality. You didn't get it from there? You don't want to blow me yet? You still got to make me work for it? I'm done. I worked. Yeah, come hang out. Hang. I'm here for a couple of days. I got no time for hanging. Oh. That's you just drop this shit and go. No disrespect to, I'm not saying girls should just sleep with me. Of course not. I'm not fucking that good looking. You're like, yeah, it's good enough to fuck on sight. I know I'm not that guy. But I just gave you my personality for 53 minutes on stage. Like, I poured it out. Like, look, that's the guy. That's him. You want that guy to come to the bar with you? He's not coming, man. Or don't say come with my friends and me. Just say come with me. Let's go have – let's go. Like, come with me to have a drink, not come with my friends. I'm not meeting your friend Tommy who secretly wants to fuck you, who's going to give me stink eye all night. Absolutely. There you go. I don't know this group of people I'm walking into. Right. There could be a love affair. This could be your ex-boyfriend right here that I don't even know about. I'm not going. Yeah. People don't understand that. They think like comedy. It's nothing worse than being invited. I remember that being single when you were invited out by a girl, and then the guy who's in the friend zone is there. Yeah, and you don't know that he's who he is. You could just tell. You're like, oh, yeah, she friend zoned him, and he hates me. Yeah, like I'm killing at the table, and he's just like, yeah, not exactly. Shit, like fuck this guy. Yeah. No, you could just tell. He looks right at you. He's looking through you. He's talking to her about their inside stuff just to get you off the fucking topic, like to get away from you. Like, hey, gonna go to Jim. He's coming. We're gonna do that thing. It's like, I don't know anything you're talking about. Make sure you make everything vague so I can't be a part of the conversation. Yeah. Piece of shit. Can I speak with you over there on the side, like to the girl, and then they go, and then eventually, exactly. And if there's karaoke, he's singing something. And now he's all over her, and he's giving her no room. Of course, he's making a full court press, and I barely gave a fuck enough to come here. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Can you do me a favor, honey? Can you go blow him so we can get on with our night?
Yeah.
That's kind of bold of you to ask on our first meeting. I know, but he's... Come on.
I don't like him looking at me. Just go blow him.
Just go... Is it too much? Do you have a fat friend that can blow him? Can we get him blown? Can you dump him on somebody? Why am I here? I should be at my hotel with my computer and fucking cupcakes.
Absolutely, which is what I want to do anyhow. Let me just go watch let me go watch Identity Channel and see another episode of Forensic Files. I don't care. That's all I want to see. Just
Back to your shitty comedy hotel where the channels don't correspond to nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, so Channel 2's Channel 2, but HBO is 2-22.
Yeah.
What?
Channel 4 is 16? What is happening?
What psychopath came up with these hotel channel lineups? It's like Channel 2 News. Okay, 3 is ESPN Deportes. 3-24 Showtime. How do we get to 3-24? Like what? Like why couldn't it be 4?
Channel 4 is Fox
or
5.
3-1. Like you went right to 24. And it seems like they're never even where they were. You're like it was 324, but apparently now it's 225.
Yeah.
Like dash.
Yeah.
Like it's like you can't type it in. You can only get there by channel up.
Yes. Yeah, why is that? You can't even put the numbers in the remote, like to get.
Yeah, because 2 is 2, and if you do 225, you go to channel 22 or 225. There's no There's no dash on there.
No, and then 225 is static, and you're like, fuck, you got to go up, and then it goes all the way up to 750 channels. You're like, the only way you could start off is power off, start back at the hotel channel. Yeah,
and I'm risking a skin rash from grabbing this motherfucking thing anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Then you go to channel 4.
Rubber gloves on the road with me.
4 is NBC News. Channel 5, and then channel 6 is NBC News again. And it's like, what? How? What? Channel 7 is ABC. Channel 9 is ABC. Channel, you know what I mean? It's like, why do I have 2 of the same channels on this same, like two channels later? It's Fox News again. I don't get it.
And then the good stations don't even come in clear. It's like clear, fuzzy.
Yeah.
Oh, cool! This movie's going to be on. Can't wait to watch it. It's fucking shit. It's like it's every hotel.
Every hotel.
Like I get it if you're in a hotel like Vegas or somewhere where they don't want you in your room. Like we're going to fuck up. We don't want them in here. So you're getting shitty reception.
But that's funny.
But like,
Vegas hotel.
When you're in the middle of fucking Easton, PA in the snowstorm, it's like, can I get a good signal?
I was in the hotel I was in, was it last weekend or the weekend before? Last weekend, not this past, the last weekend. And I'm in the hotel, and it was in Reactors. Nice room. They had like a little living room area with a TV and a bedroom with a TV. But the living room TV didn't, like you would put on the channel, and it would take roughly 2.5 minutes before the channel would appear. But you didn't know that. So you're like, come on, nothing's here. Nothing's here. Where are the channels? And then finally you wait on one, and then it's like, it comes on, and then it freezes. And you're like, I waited. And it doesn't tell you, it just tells you a number, so I don't know what channel I'm on. I got to wait for it to come on for me to even know what channel I'm watching. So I stop, wait 50 seconds, and then boom, it's QVC. I don't want this channel. Boom, next channel, what is this? Oh, it's the Spanish channel. Son of a bitch. So the living room, it was nice, but the TVs were sucked. So then I went to the bedroom. The bedroom TV was a little better, but I wanted to sit in. They had like a nice couch, the fridge, a desk. I wanted to be in that room.
Yeah. Did you ever fucking walk in with your duffel bag and it's a tube TV and you just like throw your duffel bag against the wall like, I fucking hate my life choices. Rifle it in there. You jump on the bed. It's like a stone. You're like, what the fuck? Tube TV, fucking stone. Fucking hate this fucking life.
Yeah.
Tube TV. It's like you just want to go down to the fucking reception. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Tube TV.
You got Tube TV? What time does my milk get delivered? Fucking Tube TV out. Give me a flat screen. It's not even a flat screen. Yeah. It's like not even a flat screen tube. It's a tube. It's like a tube.
Yeah, like a lot of those shitty road rooms, they're just like, we built this hotel and then we're going to sell it when it rots away. Like, we're never going to, like, we're going to let it eat itself from the inside pipes out, and then we're leaving. Like, we're never going to update. Like, is there anything worse than walking into a hotel room, taking off your sneakers, and then the floor's like damp? You're like, what is this? And you're like, I get a new room, the floor's wet, and you go in there and that one's wet. You're like, oh, this is apparently this
is Atlantis.
Apparently, yeah, they've like, I don't know why the carpet's wet. Like, I'm on the 10th floor. I know there wasn't a tsunami in the middle of Pennsylvania. So why is the 10th or 15th floor wet? Who knows? But I don't like it. I don't like it, and I feel like I'm going to get some skin-eating virus. That's all. Oh, I don't know how Board of Health don't shut these places down.
I don't know.
Like that one we were at, they'll go unnamed not long ago. It's like, I was like, this motherfucker better want to go home after the fucking Saturday
there's
show.
No way. I'm snuggling up to those. That as soon as the show was over, like, let's get out of here. We pack our bags before the show starts. Yeah,
they should make some paper hazmat suit to sleep in at these shitty hotels, like something just like a fucking child's onesie for adults for hotels. So you go in there, you can grab the remote with freedom. Fucking just, put
a hood over you, just lay it. Yeah,
something you can wash it, maybe not a paper or disposable paper. Be nice, just leave it there.
The white hazmat suits,
but more comfortable than hazmat. Something a little. This is a Shark Tank idea. You ever been? Hey, Mark Cuban, remember back when you were like 8 months old and you went to shitty hotels?
Remember back when you only had like $100 million?
Remember we were $100 million and you're like, oh.
Like, what's my life come to? Remember those days?
Yeah. Remember when you had to stay at the old Ritz-Carltons? Like the ones that haven't updated in a long, long time?
The one with the 70-inch flat screens, not the 80s.
Remember when they had 70-inch flat screens before the rest of the world knew it was flat screens? Like, only like the aliens and you guys knew because you got it from Alien Technology when you were at some big fucking sex party in L.A. Remember?
Probably not the way to start off your Shark Tank pitch.
So I present to you paper hazmat suits for shitty hotels. I know it's a long title, but I feel to get the product out, it tells the people what it is. Like, I don't have to do a lot of marketing. Like,
this kind of sells itself.
It sells itself. So I'm asking for $700 million for 4% of my company. Be like,
wow,
wow, man, that's. So can you justify that? I'm like, you know how many shitty hotels are out there? This is a $9 quadrillion industry. Is quadrillion even a number? Maybe. But that's how big it is. We don't even know the number. Like we're gonna be so rich, Mark Cuban. We're gonna be making our own numbers.
So right now you're saying that the company is worth roughly $1.4 trillion. Yes.
If you say so. I mean, you're the math guy. I'm an idea guy. That's why I need you. That's why I need a partner to figure out these math problems for me.
I love when guys say that in that Shark Tank. That's why I need a partner. Like, wait, you need me to do this job because you don't have a clue how to do it. Whatever, a partner or a guy who's going to do the job. Whatever.
Yeah. I think that's what was the name of your product again? I forgot. I do it in a moment. Hazmat. You know what I mean?
So you have sales. We're pre-revenue.
We're pre-revenue, but who... Do you like to sleep on shitty beds? No. There you go.
That's it. So
I'm out.
Deal?
I'm out. Why? Because I'm afraid to be in a room with you alone. And that's bad for business when I feel my partner may murder me.
Who needs you? Damon out. All righty.
Oh, so you're afraid of a little exuberance? Listen, I'm not a wantrepreneur. I'm not a wantrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur, Mr. Cuban. Listen,
Kerry,
when I buy the Mavericks from you, me and you will be sitting in one of these suits, courtside. You watch. Shark Tank.
I love that show.
Oh, me too.
I watch it. I watch
repeats that I've seen already on CNBC. I'm like, I know exactly how it's going to turn out, but I still like to watch it anyway.
I got to watch it.
That's when you know you have a good show.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a show like that,
I watch all those shows, man.
That
Make me a millionaire inventor.
I don't watch that. I watch The Profit.
Profit's good.
Yeah.
Make me a millionaire inventor is really good.
What's that a new show? What was the name of your show? Meet Me a Millionaire. Meet Me a Millionaire.
There's the new one that's like Shark Tank and The Profit, some billionaire dude. He does shit like that too.
Yeah. He's a buyer for all these hotel industries and stuff like that. Yeah, if he buys your
did you ever see the redneck one?
Yeah,
that was pretty.
They
funny.
were good too. It was good, but like I'm like, are they real? Are they? I just think they're fake rednecks. I don't know how real they are.
I don't know. They seem real.
Yeah. They were fun to watch. It was just a little too much rednecky stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they had to play it up a little bit.
Yeah, I get it. But I wonder if that's how those guys are. Anyway, I got to get rocking.
Yeah, I got to pee. So go to joefernandez.net for all my future dates. Go to MikeGaffneyLive.com. Thanks for listening, guys. You've been listening to All in Our Head.